Okay. He would like to know the difference between compassion and charity, because he heard that you suggested that humanitarian actions are not necessarily good.
No. I didn't say they are not good, but that is, see, what I'm saying, that when you become realized, say what I am now, say I cure somebody, supposing, so-called. So what do? I just put my hand, a person gets cured, all right? Now I didn't cure him, nothing of the kind. What happens? He's part and parcel of my being. Who is the other? When there is no feeling of other, then there is compassion. It just flows. It's part and parcel within yourself that you cure someone. Because something within you is suffering, you just cure it. It's for yourself, you don't do it for others. There's nobody the other. Who is the other? This is compassion. And the basis of charity is wrong, because somebody is the other. Like we have one lady in India who has now received a Padma Shri or something.
Red Cross?
Red Cross. She's received the highest, some Nobel Prize or something. I don't know.
Theresa.
All right. Yes. Now this lady, if you see her, you'll be amazed. She's beyond redemption, I tell you. She's so hot-tempered. Baba, you can't talk to her. She gives such hot vibrations, her kundalini is frozen down. And she gets a Nobel Prize. What she does, she collects money from people, gets some poor people in the house, keep them there. They die, so-called under her care. All right. That is not God's job. That's your job. That's human being's job. You have created poverty. You have created problem. Why did the English went to India? Why did they go to India to rule us? We have become poor now. We better pay for it. Are English willing to pay for what they have done? To rectify? On the contrary, they don't even allow Indians to come down here. You see? Who has done this? Who has created the poverty? It is you, the human beings. You better correct it yourself. God has nothing to do with it. And then you develop egos. Oh, we have done this charity. We have brought this. Forefathers of this Madam Theresa only did all this in Bengal. That's why people are poor, and now this woman is taking the credit for it. She has nothing in her. She is absolutely a hot pan, Little water you pour on her, she'll dissolve. Very hot tempered. She made such a fuss one day when I was traveling by plane. You can't imagine. She was jumping from here to there to there. She stopped the plane, she did everything. She wanted the front seat because she was Madam Theresa. That time she didn't have a Nobel Prize. And there were 2-3 sick people who were traveling. But she wouldn't listen. I was in the same plane. Horrible. I said, who is this horrible woman? She said, I am Mother Teresa. He said, whatever mother you may be, but these people are sick and you better sit at the back because this seat is reserved for her. And she wouldn't allow the plane to. Such a ego-oriented woman.
But they do good works, Mother. They
What?
do good works.
So-called. First you create a problem and then do it and then have Nobel Prizes for that. All right? And then be satisfied you have done great jobs. I tell you, only because she's a Catholic she has got this Nobel Prize thing. This is absolutely menial job. It's menial, like Shudra. This is Shudra Samstha. It's a collective sin. It's a collective sin, you see. Collective sin. Colonization is a collective sin.
Yes. Mais elle parle de la colonisation.
Colonization is a collective sin, all right?
Colonization is a collective sin.
All right. It's a collective sin. Now when you committed a sin, and whatever the wages of the sin are, to rectify it you form another organization, out of which one person goes and helps those people. All right? When you help them, and then the same organization gives her a Nobel Prize. It's a big joke going on. You see the point?
All the colonization books are getting upset.
Who asked them? Who asked these Spaniards to go and completely finish all the Africans and South Americans. See, and now, you see, it is such a drama. This is like, you see, you have a, what you call that, a climax and an anticlimax, you see. It's like this. It's built in. First of all, you have the climax of destruction and then an anticlimax. What is there to help? Only the spirit is to be helped. That's God's work. I asked somebody why the Christians took to missionary work. So they told me that when Christ was to be crucified, before that, Mary Magdalene brought some expensive oil, wanted to anoint his feet with that. And this Peter the Great, you see, he said that, why do you want to waste this precious oil on his feet? Why not give it to the poor? So Christ said, these poor are forever, means that's a headache forever, all right? But I am for a short time. That means spiritual life is for a short time. That doesn't mean by any chance that you have to make poor suffer. It doesn't mean by any chance. But you create poverty and disparities and you try to correct them is your own game, is the game of human beings. God has nothing to do with it. It has no spiritual significance, I mean to say. Sahaja Yoga is going to work out for the people of middle path. Neither for the very rich, they are already doomed forever, and nor for the very poor, which may be saved later.
Sahaja Yoga est pour les gens middle class.
That's an abuse in English language, you see.
Middle class. Sahaja Yoga, c'est pour les gens qui sont au milieu. Ni trop riches, parce que ceux-là sont définitivement condamnés, ni trop pauvres, ceux-là seront sauvés plus tard, mais ceux qui sont juste au milieu.
In India, middle class means the class which looks after the virtues, looks after the values, looks after all the traditions of the country. That is the middle class. Is the most precariously placed class is middle class in India. But this is a funny country. I ask them why middle class is so bad, because they don't pay their taxes. In India, the rich don't pay the taxes. How can the middle class cannot pay the taxes? Most of them are bureaucrats and the government takes away the taxes before they get their pay. I don't know why this idea of middle class is existing here. Here the kings and the queens had no morality. Who would like to be of their category? I don't understand. But this is what it is. They have condemned somebody as middle class. I don't know why they condemn. Poor middle class is the one which is trying to keep all the traditions of the world. So it is for the middle path. Like the river flows in the center, and when it is increased in size, it engulfs both the sides in it. So maybe some rich might come, like Rajesh has now joined us, or somebody like that. May come some rich people, may be there. But it is the poor who will be helped the most of all with Sahaja Yoga later on, because they don't have to pay for their curing, they don't have to have problems with money. Once yoga is established, Shema will be established, like that. So many things can be done. I'll give you an example of Moreshwar's father, Patil. He was a poor man and he came to Sahaja Yoga, he got his realization. And then every time he used to bring a very nice garland for me all the way from Kalwa, which is about 10 miles away from Bombay. So I told him, why do you spend so much money every time for a garland? He said, Mother, with your grace, now I'm well off. I was amazed. Then he told me that he had a plot of land which he was using for tilling and all that, which was not yielding much rice to him. But one day a rich man came to him and he said that this soil is very good now, and if you can allow me to use this clay, I can make nice bricks. And he has started paying me for that clay. As Krishna has said, Yoga Kshema Vahamyam, see this grand place that you have got, the hotel you had, the big, can you forget all these things? What you got out of nothing? Somebody told me today this ambassador, that his daughter is educating herself, and she's studying. She's staying in YMCA where the food is wretched, and the room is to be shared. There's no bathrooms at all. Few bathrooms. It's terrible condition, and she has to pay £30 per week. £30 per week. Can you imagine? Count your blessings one by one. May God bless you all. So I'll take your leave because I have to discuss these things and then I have to go home. All right?